3 simple skills to give you killer counter-punching skills. This works for beginners or veterans alike, and what we're going to work towards is this type of boxing. Okay, you're going to learn loads of stuff in this video. We're going to go through the art of the feint, preset sequences that you can reuse. We're going to think about proactive defences, and we're even going to evolve to some reactive defences. Some real old school stuff in this as well, so stick around to the end. My name's Francis, welcome to my boxing coach. Before we get going, go download your book, The Beginner Boxer Toolkit. This will give you everything you need to give a good basis for your future development. Whether you're in this for competition or for fitness, whether you're training in a gym or at home, there's loads of stuff in there, 68 pages. There's an email link down below, and there'll be a link at the end. Just enter your email address and I will get that book off to you. Okay, counter punching. I always find it difficult because I think great counter punching is great boxing and great boxing is great counter punching. I think all advanced boxers do counter punching in some kind of way, but my definition of counter punching is landing a punch in response to the action or reaction of an opponent. And in this video we're going to go through my concept of trigger, defend, attack. Let's get straight into the first drill. You're going to be able to work these drills. These are preset sequences. The very first one is a simple jab, lay back and attack, or sorry, a feint, a lay back and attack. The reason I got mixed up is because a feint can be exchanged out for a punch and a punch can be exchanged out for a feint. The two things are interchangeable. So I'll show you the sequence and then I'll just talk you quickly through it. And from the side. Okay, so what's going on here? The first action is a feint. A feint is a diversion. It's a way of triggering that reaction. Opponents will react in different ways. Some will, when you do a feint, they'll cover and they'll back. That's a defensive boxer. Sometimes they'll just attack straight back at you. And we always make the assumption, because worst case scenario is that they do attack. You know what I mean? If they go passive, that's fine. We know that's not a threat to us. We can push the attack on. If they throw a punch back, which lots do, you've got to deal with that. So the feints, think about a feint in 3 ways. You've got the hand feint. Okay, so you drop that shoulder with the jab, similar with the backhand. It's just a way of convincing the opponent that a punch is coming. And you can do it with that. You can do it with the feet. Okay, so you can convince them that you're going to come forward. Or you can do it with a body movement. Slip out, duck. Okay, all of those are different types of feint. Then we've got the lay back. That's a simple drop of the back leg. Okay, so you keep your back straight, drop the back leg. We don't do that. We don't lean back at the waist, because if the opponent does come forward and we're in this position, not great. Okay, so from there, another thing that people will sometimes do when they lay back is that it looks cool, but okay, just keep that there. Okay? And then you can do your attack. I'm just throwing a simple backhand, but you can launch the attack on. So you could go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, drive forward with a good solid attack. If you put that together, it looks like this. Okay, so it's a preset sequence. It's a preset pattern, right? It's proactive. We do that expecting a punch to come, and it's how to deal with it and respond to the attack of the opponent and punish them for launching that attack. The second one then is kind of a similar concept. These are all at long range really, okay? So we're working long range counter punching. So the second one is a feint, out, in, attack. Okay, so the feint we're using there is a foot feint. We're convincing the opponent that we're coming in. So we can go 1, 1, 2. Yeah, from the side. Right. You'll notice there's not a lot of, I'm not covering a lot of ground because we want to be super efficient. If a punch can land on my chin, a long range punch, I only need to be that much further away for it not to land. Okay? The important thing with that one, we're combining our feint. So this is about when you go to move forward to an opponent. Very often they'll go for the attack. So if you can draw that first lead, firing with the subsequent attack, that works really well. That looks a bit like this. And our third drill. Okay, this is a bit old school, this one, I'll explain why. So we've got the feint. So that's a feint, slip out, attack from the side. Okay, that slip out, it's a really nice slip, it's a safe slip, okay? The inside slip, bit more risk. You could be slipping in, and you are slipping into the attack line of the opponent. That's why you've got to keep these here. But with the slip out, you're kind of slipping away. But the great thing is you're storing energy in this leg. Go look at all of the old school fighters. Look at your Joe Louis, Marvin Hagler, even going as far back as Dempsey. They were constantly dropping the weight onto this back leg. Archie Moore, all of these great fighters. It builds up a lot of energy in this leg, allowing you to launch the attack. Right? A bit like this. So can you see how all three of those drills are built around the same concept of trigger, defend, attack? I'm using a really simple attack sequence. You can go into all kinds of variations with the outside slip. If you've got an opponent who likes to really close the ground after you do that slip and you slip out, they can come back with a right hook. They're right on top of you, bang. Right? The important thing is you've got three sequences, all built around the same pattern, but you don't repeat the same sequence over and over again. One of the worst things you can do in a fight is just do the same thing over. The good opponents will spot that and they will hurt you, all right? But you can interact and interchange these three sequences. And if you put it all together, it looks something like this. Okay, so each of the defences I've used there are proactive defences. I believe proactive defences. Any head movement is a proactive skill. You do it on the basis that you think punches are coming. Too many mechanics involved, especially for an old slow horse like me. You know, I need to predict when it comes to, but I can also do reactive defences, which are blocks. Blocks, block, parry, 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 block, block. All of these things. You can change out that defence for a block, right? So you can show the feint. If the jab comes, bang, 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 right? Block the jab, slam in with the 1-2. If you've got an opponent who is a hooker, they just constantly want to throw hooks, you show that feint, and they like starting with a left hook. You can feint, block, bang, bang. Okay, so it comes to short range, you've got a way of blocking and then responding. So look for patterns when if you're sparring or you end up in a fight or whatever. Try and identify those patterns of behaviour that the opponent has in response to your jab, right, or in response to your feint. That's boxing intelligence. You can then set the traps for them to fall into. All right. I want to stop. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this type of stuff. Does it help? Do you enjoy thinking this stuff through? Please do leave a comment, subscribe for more, and of course don't forget, download your book. You're really going to enjoy that book, and it will give you lots and lots of insights. In the meantime, look after yourself. See you in the next video.